Hi, fourth grade, day 3 of place value. Here we go. I'm gonna go over the things you've learned over the past 2 days, even though you're probably tired of hearing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We know that the place values each have names: ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and there's more, but we're only gonna stop at millions. We know that every 3 place values is called a period, and that to separate those, we need a comma. So 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. This is the ones period, the thousands period, and the millions period. We also know that in these place value spots, we can only put 1 digit. You can't try to squeeze 2 digits in one place value. And the digits are, gotta get that away. The digits are 0 through 9. Those are the only options. One more than that, 10, is 2 digits, and we can only have 1. Yesterday, we talked about the value of digits based on their location in the number. So we can talk about that again today, just a quick review. And there's actually a trick that your teacher probably told you about yesterday, so let's talk about the trick too. 4 in the ones place is just 4. 4 in the tens place, 2 in the tens place, 10, 20. 1 in the hundreds place is just 100. Let's talk about the trick a little bit. You can see that this is a 1 and that there are 2 place value spaces next to it, to the right of it. That means there's going to be 2 zeros in your value. This is the number 4, obviously. And there's 1, 2, 3 place values to the right of it. That means there's going to be 1, 2, 3 zeros in the value. One more time. This is the number 6, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 place value places to the right of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means you're going to have 4 zeros in the value. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put my comma because there's 3 digits there. The value of this 6 in the 10,000s place is 60,000. 4 in the thousands place, 4,000. 1 in the hundreds place, 100. 2 in the tens place, 20. 4 in the ones place, 4. So that's a quick review. Last thing we talked about yesterday was that every time you move over, you get a little bit bigger. And there's a kind of magic number. Every time you hop over to the left of the place value, you get 10 times bigger. That was our magic number, 10. Just like if you go the other way, this way on the place value chart, you get 10 times smaller. It's always that magic number, 10. Okay, there's a quick review of what we talked about this week so far. But what we're going to talk about today is a little bit different. Did you know there are 3 ways to write numbers? You definitely know about the first way. It's called standard form. This is just kind of the normal way of writing numbers. This is how you probably write numbers all the time. My example is 2,362. That's kind of the normal way we write numbers. We just write it down, separate it with a comma. There's also a different way to write numbers. It's called word form, and it's just what it sounds like. You write that number in words. So just like how I read it, 2,362, I would write that down in words. Remember that the comma, the first comma says 1,000. So 2,362. You only need to be able to read 3 numbers at a time. This one only has 2 in its little thousands period, so we just say 2. Comma says 1,000, and then we need to be able to read these numbers all together. 362. So that's word form. You just write it down in words. And then the third way you can write a number is called expanded form. And when you expand something, imagine I'm holding a rubber band and I expand it, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's exactly what we do with the number. We write it, but we stretch it out into all of its little pieces, and this is where the value of the numbers comes into play. So if we look at my sample number, I used this one, we're going to write the value of each of those numbers. The 2 in the ones place is just a 2. The 6 in the tens place is 6 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The 3 in the hundreds place is 3 hundreds. 100, 200, 300. And the 2 in the thousands place is 2 thousands. 1,000, 2,000. You write all those out separately and you put a little plus sign in between them. And this right here is called expanded form. How we took this number and we stretched all the values out and made it into expanded form. So those are the 3 ways to write numbers. You guys are going to practice this a little bit more with your teacher. Make sure if you have any questions, you ask them.